All right, good evening, everyone. We're going to get things rolling. Welcome to the National Jazz Museum in Harlem. My name is Ryan Maloney. I work here in the Education and Programming Department. We're really excited to have you here tonight. How many of you, is it your very first time here at the museum? I see a lot of familiar faces, so I'm not surprised. So those of you who it is your first time, thank you so much. There's so many things to do in New York City and in Harlem. You gave us a chance, and we appreciate that. It shows that we're still presenting things that matter to people, so we appreciate that very, very much. If you decided to make a donation either online when you made your RSVP or when you came in, we greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way to help us to continue to offer free programs here at the museum. Over 120 times a year, we present a program, most of them in this little space here in Harlem on 129th Street. Just about every single one of those is free and open to the public. And we're able to do that because people believe in our mission to preserve, promote, and present jazz and black music. So we really appreciate those of you who made a donation. If you did not make a donation, you still have a chance. You can make a donation on your way out. There's a cash box. You can also stop by the front desk and they'll help you make a donation on your credit card. We are in a very strange place in the arts world right now. We continue to receive notifications from our federal funders, which accounts for about 25% of our annual budget, that there's a lot of uncertainty about that 25%. And for a small organization like ours, a staff of 5 people, that is a significant piece of what we do here. So I say that because we may be coming to you for a little bit more help in the next year or two, and hopefully less. We're preparing for it. We're prepared for it. What we look like a year or two from now may be different. But we believe that the work we've done over the past 20+ years means something, and it means something to the people who have come and believe in what we're doing. So to the extent that you can, help spread the word, help let people know what we're doing here, what we do for the community. We serve over 2,000 young people a year. I myself had 60 kindergartners in here this morning, experiencing jazz frequently for the very first time. We're listening to Louis Armstrong, we're tap dancing, we're doing the Lindy Hop, we're scat singing. It's a blast. It's the best part of my job. Grant writing, that's the worst part of my job. But we do it. It's part of the equation here at the museum, part of why we're here and part of what we do for the community. So I won't spend any more time on that. I know there's a lot of pressures on all of us in the arts community, but I did just want to make everybody aware that these our messages are coming to us from the federal government, and we don't know how it's going to play out as of yet. But now we're here today, and thanks to the Louis Armstrong Education Foundation, this is year 3 of our Women Pioneers in Jazz series that we've been doing. And there are so many unrecognized voices and individuals in the history of the music, especially black music in this country. And we do everything we can to elevate and celebrate a lot of those voices. This is one of many opportunities that we take to celebrate some artists that maybe you've never heard of before. Raise your hand if you've heard of Lovie Austin before. All right, so here we are. This is a great opportunity. You're gonna have a great time. Just run you through quickly what's gonna happen. We're gonna hear some music to kick things off. We're gonna get a presentation from a dear friend of mine, Mr. Vincent Pelote from the Institute of Jazz Studies over at Rutgers University. Then we're gonna have some more conversation, and we're gonna have some more live music. So lots going on tonight. We are an informal venue. If you have something you want to share, if you have a question, please raise your hand. If we can, we'll get you on mic. If we can't, just make sure you speak loud. This event is streaming online, so we have some friends from all over the world that we will be tuning in as well. But I just want to, on behalf of our executive director and artistic team of Christian McBride and John Batiste, again, welcome you here to the National Jazz Museum in Harlem. We're going to get things started. One of my favorite artists is here tonight, and I'm spoiled. I get to see a lot of live music, and this is one of my favorite of all time, so we're excited to have her here with us. She runs the Brianna Thomas Band, which is an amazing collection of 6 musicians that tour the world and share the gift of this music with thousands of people all over the world, and has been doing it impeccably well for many, many years now. And anytime we can get her in here, we're really excited. We're going to kick things off with Brianna Thomas, along with her pianist, Conan Pappas, and her bass player, Ryan Berg. Please welcome 3/6 of the Brianna Thomas Band.
Hello. Thank you, Ryan, for that beautiful introduction. And hello to all of you. How are you doing? It's so good to see so many familiar faces. Happy New Year. Yes. Happy Black History Month. Amen. Amen. Continued every day. Amen. We're going to kick off this party and get it started so I can bring out the man of the hour. Yes. And here we are celebrating Miss Lovie Austin. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Rampart Street in New Orleans town, known to everybody for miles around. Creole music and real jazz bands, that's the best spot in all the land. In most everybody's cabaret, they turn night into day. I'm blue from my head down to my feet, blue for dear old Rampart Street. I yearn to go down to Tom Anderson's cafe. I want to hear that Creole jazz band play. The Cadillac, the Red Onion too, the Boogie Woogie and the Parks and Sue. You can enjoy yourself down on Rampart Street. I yearn to go down to Tom Anderson's cafe. I wanna hear that old Creole jazz band play. Ooh, the Cadillac, the red onion too, the boogie woogie and the Paxson too. You can have fun down on Rampart Street. You can have fun down on Rampart Street. Thank you so much. Please come up, Mr. Nathan. Please welcome Mr. Nathan to the stage. Let me get this right. Mr. Nathan Vincent. Let me say it 5 times for the camera. Mr. Vincent Pelote. Please give a round of applause. Yes.
Oh, God.
I'll be back.
This thing on? It is? It is on? Okay. Hey. Hi, everybody. All right. Let's hear it again for Brianna Thomas. That was, yeah, really. That was great. That's great. That's great. Well, this is the part of the program where I get to talk a lot, not too much, and I'm going to play a lot of music. Actually, I'm going to play probably more music than I'm going to talk. And what you just heard was our modern conception of performing blues and jazz. The time period that I'm going to be covering, from 1924 to about 26, that wasn't really what you're going to hear tonight. You're going to hear more ensemble stuff where there's not going to be a lot of soloing. And in fact, Lovie Austin herself, who is a wonderful piano player, you're not going to hear a lot of solos coming from her, actually. You're going to hear her doing a lot of stuff in the ensemble or just playing behind a singer. But that's the way it was done in those days, and she was very good at what she did. First of all, her name, Lovie Austin, is an interesting name. Her real name was Cora Calhoun. She was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, September 19th, 1887. She got the name Lovie, not from Gilligan's Island. Those of you who know Thurston Howard III, Howell III. Anyway, her nickname, Lovie, was from her grandmother, who raised her. In fact, her grandmother also raised another little girl a few years younger than Lovie. Her name was Bessie Smith. In fact, Lovie Austin would also often tell a story about how she and Bessie would sneak out of the house and listen to Ma Rainey, the other great blues singer. So they were little devils, getting out there doing stuff. Anyway, Lovie got her formal training by attending first Roger Williams College, which, if you look at most biographies, they say Roger Williams University. It became university later, but at the time, it was Roger Williams College. And she studied music there until the college burned down. And then she had to switch over to Knoxville College, also in Tennessee. And that's where she finished her musical training. Now, of course, after her schooling, she married a young theater owner and helped run an old-fashioned movie house in Detroit. She divorced that person, remarried, and by this time, her last name was Austin, not Calhoun. I guess she kept the married guy's name. And with her second husband, they formed the vaudeville team of Austin and Delaney. Of course, she toured the Theater Owners Booking Association circuit, known as the TOBA, which was also known as Tough on Black Asses. And she toured with the Sunflower Girls and her own group called the Blues Serenaders. And interestingly enough, it was in Pittsburgh that a young Mary Lou Williams, who you probably know, she's probably the most famous female jazz musician, to this day, really. But Mary was like 10 or 8 years old when she saw Lovie, and she was so inspired by her. And in her own words, she said, there was a TOBA theater in Pittsburgh where all black entertainers came. I remember seeing this great woman sitting in the pit and conducting a group of 5 or 6 men, her legs crossed, a cigarette in her mouth, playing the show with her left hand and writing music with her right. So that really floored her. I mean, she said, I want to do that when I grow up. So, excuse me? What theater it was? Yeah. It was. They didn't. It's not in any of the books. But it's a good question though. And feel free to ask questions. I mean, as I talk, I don't want to just sit here blabbering the whole time. And now Austin, besides being a wonderful pianist, was also a talented composer and arranger. And we're going to hear some of her compositions tonight. In fact, any arranged or orchestrated pieces in the music that you hear was probably done by her. Being formally trained helps. You can do that sort of thing. So she was probably the only one in the band who was formally trained with the musicians that she was playing with. And she always played with mostly men. I don't think she played with any women in her band. But she did back a lot of women blues singers. In fact, from what I can see here, she was probably the first female pianist to accompany early blues singers. And that's very interesting right there. Going back to her biography, in the mid-20s, she was the house pianist at Paramount Records, recording under her own name and with her all-male blues serenaders. Now, Paramount Records, it was a wonderful company that recorded a lot of jazz and a lot of blues. The only drawback to Paramount Records is that their recordings are horrible, sonically speaking. They were all done basically acoustically until, I guess, 1926, and even then they weren't that good, even though they switched over to an electrical system. And if you know anything about recording at all, acoustical recording is different than what we're kind of used to. There was no microphones, for instance. You stood basically in a room, performed in front of a flared metal horn, which garnered and funneled sound waves toward a thin diaphragm at the small end of the horn. The energy of the sound waves caused the diaphragm to vibrate. The vibrating diaphragm caused an attached stylus to etch the sound waves into a blank wax rotating cylinder or disc. So really, you had to set the musicians up a certain way. You have to make sure that they was all balanced out. They played into this giant horn. Music went in. It was etched into the diaphragm with the stylus would put the sound waves onto a cylinder or onto a wax, and then masters were made from that. The sound quality just wasn't that great. You just couldn't pick up everything. But we'll do the best we can with it, okay? And in fact, like I said, she did a lot of recordings with blues artists, and one of them was Ida Cox. You might not be familiar with her. She wasn't as well known as Bessie Smith, but she was okay. I mean, she did a lot of recordings, and she was pretty good. In fact, some people say that she was damn good. And we're going to hear her on a couple of tunes. I thought I'd play more than one, just so you can get an idea of really what's going on with her. And the first one, I'm going to hit my notes here. Give me a minute. All right. All right, I picked this one for a reason. It's called Come Right In. Let me go to it. And they're the artist, accompanied by Lovie, of course, on piano only. And there's a wonderful double-time piano passage in this. Let me just give you a description of her style, Lovie Austin's style, written by a gentleman named Bob Zeef, who did the Groves Dictionary of Jazz entry for her. This is his words. These are his words. She wasn't a solo improviser, but maintained a fullness of sound in her playing while achieving a variety of ensemble textures through the use of stop time, arranged block harmony, and passages of collective improvisation that occasionally required all the musicians to play in double time. So that's what you're going to basically hear when we switch over to the band things. But for this, she's like everything. She's harmony, she's rhythm, she's putting it out there. And there's a little passage which is very interesting. You'll hear it. I don't want to spoil it for you. But just check it out. Ida Cox with Lovie Austin doing Come Right In.
I feel so lonely around this town. I don't know what to do. I'm a poor old girl, alone in this world. No one to tell my troubles to. Every girl I know has a beau, one that she can call her own. I've got no man, want you to understand, so any old brown will do. Won't you come right in, stay a little while, because there ain't nobody here but me. See, I'm all alone, without friends or home, lonely as I can be. Sure as the stars shine from above, I've got to get myself a man to love. Now won't you come right in, stay a little while, because there ain't nobody here but me.
Rare solo.
Thanks, that thing, Lovey, thanks.
Yeah, it's double time. There it is. There it is.
Now won't you come right in, stay a little while, because there ain't nobody here but me. See, I'm all alone, I haven't got no home, lonely as can be. But I'll tell you, Daddy, you want to make me smile, give me about an hour, stop and rest a little while. Now won't you come right in, stay a little while, because there ain't nobody here but me.
Even with that primitive recording thing, you can hear her so clear. That's what I love about a lot of these early blues singers. Their diction is wonderful, and you can actually pick up the words, which I can't say about today's singers in all cases. Anyway, well, think about it. It's 1923. I mean, my God, you know, and still, it's coming through. Yes? I don't think she did. No, I don't. I only noted the compositions that Lovie composed. I don't think Ida wrote it. Somebody else probably did. The next one is Graveyard Dream Blues, which I don't think she wrote either, but it was a hit record just the same. And this will also feature Ida Cox. So let's check this one out as well. And I think there might be a solo passage on this one as well.
Blues on my mind, blues all around my head.
Actually, Ida Cox did write this. She wrote this one.
On my mind, blues all around my head. I had a dream last night, the man I love was dead. Thought I went to the graveyard.
And that, folks, was a classic blues. That's right there. Not every song from that time period with the word blues in it was actually a blues, but that one was. The tune before that wasn't really a blues. Come Right In, that was just a tune, but it has a lot of blues feeling to it. And again, I apologize for Paramount Records, the lousy recording quality. And it's hard to find actually pristine 78s Paramount Records. They're almost all beat to crap, and they must have used really horrible shellac material to press the records in to begin with. And so when you find a good Paramount, count yourself lucky. Generally speaking, they're all beat. We have some at the Institute of Jazz Studies where I work, and I don't think there are any that are all that in great shape. You know, what are you going to do? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vince. So I'm looking at the record label. So sort of an A and B question. So is it the same Paramount as the movie studio?
No, different.
Right?
Yeah.
And I noticed that here it's recorded in Chicago in October of 23.
Right.
On the label, it mentions the New York Recording Laboratory. So, like, how did the two come together?
Well, they probably had a subsidiary, like there were Paramount. There probably was a New York Paramount, studio, and then there was one in Chicago as well. Same thing with Victor Records, for instance. There were Chicago records that came out of Victor studio, but then there were Victor studios in New York as well. And so they covered their bases. They made sure that there were these labels made sure that there were studios in Chicago and New York, sometimes California. What sometimes happened also, they had like these trucks that would travel to different parts of the United States, and they would record artists that way. And that's how a lot of so-called territory bands got on record, by these trucks going out and going to places you wouldn't even dream of, St. Louis or places like that, and picked up the artists that way. Kansas City was another hub where you had a lot of studio actually sitting there. A lot of the Benny Moten recordings, in fact, were done in Kansas City for Victor Records, and that's how they got on record, basically. So
Victor have a connection with RCA as well?
that came later. RCA bought Victor up, and they sort of had a radio record connection thing. So yeah, that's what happened with that. Sure. Now the next blues artist, it probably isn't that very well known. Her name is Edmonia Henderson. I couldn't find a lot on her, quite frankly. There just isn't that much there. But evidently she was popular enough to get a recording contract, and she did some recordings. And she did some with Lovie Austin. Now, you're going to hear a difference in the sound quality here. These two recordings were done for Vocalion, the record label. They were a subsidiary of Brunswick Records. And by this time, 1926, they were doing electrical recordings. Most studios were doing electrical recordings. There were two different formats. One was by Western Electric. The other one was the Brunswick, the one they decided on was called a light ray system. Instead of microphones, they used photoelectric cells to record. Terrible recordings. They tend to oversaturate, and there's a lot of distortion. Luckily, they dropped it at some point, but unfortunately, they used it for a lot of their early Brunswick things, and unfortunately for the 1000 series Vocalion, which happens to be what these recordings are from. So you're going to hear some distortion, but you're going to hear a clearer, sound. And this is Edmonia Henderson and doing Who's Gonna Do Your Lovin'. Again, not really a blues. And I believe this one was written, no, it wasn't. All right, it wasn't written by her. Right away you hear a difference in the sound. Yeah. The clarinetist is Johnny Dodds.
I feel so lonesome.
You hear the distortion?
I feel so bad. I've lost the only pal that I've ever had. He left this morning about the break of day. He didn't have a single word to say. We were together for many months and years. I just can't keep from shedding tears. pretty mama who's gonna love you both night and day. Say, way last winter when the times were rough, I had my daddy in the stockyard really strutting his stuff. Who's gonna do your loving when your good man's gone away? Who's gonna do your loving when your good man's gone away? Who's gonna call you pretty mama? Who's gonna love you both night and day? Say, did you ever wake up and find your daddy gone? That's when you missed your pretty papa from rolling in your arms. Who's gonna do your loving when your good man's gone away? I say, when your good man's far away. Trouble is awful, grieving is way. So if you got a good man, play safety first. Who's gonna do your loving when your good man's gone away? I mean, when your good man's far away.
Okay. Johnny Dodds is on a lot of early recordings. He was part of Louis Armstrong's Hot 5 group and Hot 7 group. He was also on the King Oliver Creole Jazz Band recordings from 1923. And really, the sad part about it was when the New Orleans revival started happening, like in the late 30s, early 40s, and he had a chance to once again get his name out there. He unfortunately passed away and didn't get a chance to be part of that revival, which would have been great because he was really one of the best clarinet players out there for this type of music. And the next tune we're going to hear is still Edmonia Henderson again, still 1926, still Vocalion. And this is a composition that was by Lovie Austin. She wrote this. It's called Nobody Else Will Do. And again, it's Johnny Dodds. Although I don't have his name on here. Maybe he's not on this one. Let's see. Let's see. He is.
Johnny and Mabel were sweethearts. They loved each other so. Johnny had another girlie. Mabel had another.
Some of these songs are great. Those words, really. Now, the next blues artist, you all probably know her. Gertrude Ma Rainey. She was considered the queen of the blues. And this is the woman that both a young Lovie and a young Bessie would sneak out of the house to listen to. And Bessie learned a lot from her, actually, and eventually replaced her as the queen of the blues, to be honest with you. But Ma was first, and she unfortunately did a lot of work for Paramount Records. And a lot of her recordings are just, acoustically not great, but still, the power in her voice, you can still hear it, even in these acoustic recordings. And that's what I find amazing, that she's able to still do that. And on this particular tune, we have Lovie Austin with her blues serenaders now. Tommy Ladnier on trumpet, or cornet, which is I could explain what a cornet and a trumpet are, but it's a trumpet basically that has a more mellow sound than a whatever. Jimmy O'Brien is the clarinet player, and Lovie is the rhythm section basically. I mean, she is everything. She's rhythm, she's harmony, she's doing it all. And any arranged passages that you might hear in any of these tunes now are probably her touches, things that she did. So let's check out this thing. It's called, I can't even read it, Those All Night Long Blues. And this was done in 1923 in Chicago. Yeah. yeah. That's another one of those tunes that has the word blues in it, but it's not really a blues. But hey, And Tommy Ladnier, these are some of his really best recordings, I think. He goes on later to be in the Fletcher Henderson Orchestra in 1920s, 26 or so, and he becomes one of the stars of that orchestra, really, out in New York. And what I want to say about that is really, it's almost like he's a different player when he's in the big band playing those charts. But he definitely was a blues player, and he shows it on these recordings. And the next one is Lucky Rock Blues by Ma Rainey, and I think this is actually a blues. And I don't see a composer credit on this, or if there is, I can't make it out. But if you can see it, then that's what's ever in the parentheses. Lily Taylor, yeah, and Katie Winters. Okay, great, there you goes. They wrote this, and this will feature the same group, basically. So let's check it out, with the exception of alto saxophone Charlie Harris. He's added to these recordings, or this particular recording. And again, still Paramount. Okay, once again, another tune with the word blues in it, and it's not a blues. But anyway, that's Ma Rainey, and that arranged little passage that you heard, that's definitely Lovie's work, no doubt about it. All right, that's it for the blues singers. We're gonna now listen to Lovie with her blues serenaders. Oh, questions? Yeah, sure. I'm defining it by the form. there's a form. There's a blues form. I mean, it's simple as that. And if you're not following that form, to me, it's not a blues. But that's me. Other people feel differently. They think as long as you, put a blues feeling into the tune, that it can be a blues that way. But there is a definite blues form. I mean, there's actually several blues forms, to be honest with you. But the one that you heard earlier, the Graveyard Dream Blues, I mean, that follows the form. Really. If I was playing chords, it would be, 1, 4, 5. I mean, that's basically how I see it. But yeah, that's how I define the blues. No, it's okay. No, that's a good question. Because really, a lot of these tunes do have the word blues in them. And people confuse that sometimes. They don't know really what a blues really is. But yeah. There was another question? No? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a blues. Yeah. Actually, that form could be used for a lot of things. If you the twist, that's a blues. Actually, come on, baby. You think about it, yeah. Anyway, how's the time? Am I like? I think we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay. All right. Okay. The next series of recordings will basically be instrumentals. And again, you're not going to hear solos, unfortunately. Not from her. You'll hear it from other musicians. She really is functioning basically as the band pianist. And she's the rhythm section and the whole bit. There will be some tunes where there's a drummer. There's no bass, because you couldn't hear the bass anyway on these acoustic recordings, because it's not loud enough. That's why in a lot of the early acoustic recordings, instead of a bass, you heard tuba. Tubas could carry better. You could record better. That's why you also don't hear a lot of guitars on acoustic recordings. You hear banjos, because banjos cut through better. They can be picked up better on the acoustic recordings, but there's no banjo on any of these anyway. So really, the piano can be heard, and of course the singers can be heard, and so could any of the wind instruments, either trumpet or clarinet. And this is something that she actually wrote. It's called Traveling Blues, and it was composed by her, and it's from 1924, and you'll get a good taste of the blues serenaders without a vocalist. I can... That's all her writing. That's all her orchestration. All right, now I've been told that my time is coming to an end, so I'm going to have to go through some things. I'm going to skip some tunes, and I'm gonna jump right to. Do I want to go to that one? No, I want to go to this one instead. This is Frog Tongue Stomp, and the only reason I'm really want to play this is, number one, she composed it again, and this one has a rare solo. So you get to actually hear a solo on this one. And this, again, features the Blues Serenaders with some differences in the personnel. Tommy Ladnier's gone. Bob Schaffner is now on cornet. Albert Wynn is on trombone. Dodds is on clarinet, not Jimmy O'Brien. And there's a drummer, a guy named Buddy Burton, but he's not playing a full drum set. He's just playing, if nothing, maybe wood blocks or something. But let's just check this out. So she has some chops. Yeah? She showed you right there. Yes.
Just quickly, is that a picture of a record cover for just one song?
No, it's an album. It's an album. Yeah. The complete her biography. Lovie spent most of her career in Chicago. There was a brief stint on the road when she managed and played with Irving Miller's Blue Babies and the Club Alabama show out of New York City in 1926. She was a house pianist at the Monogram Theater for 20 years in Chicago. During the Depression, she worked at various burlesque houses. During World War II, she worked as a security inspector at a naval munitions plant. After the war, she worked as a dance school pianist. Now, in 1961, she recorded an album, her only album, with her good friend Alberta Hunter for Riverside Records. And then she retired from music the following year. I just want to play this one last thing because it's a tune called Downhearted Blues, which she wrote, Lovie wrote, with Alberta Hunter. And they recorded it back in the old days, but this is a 1961 version.
Gee, but it's hard to love someone when that someone don't love you. I'm so disgusted, heartbroken too. I've got the downhearted blues. Once I was crazy about a man. He mistreated me all the time. The next man I get, he's got to promise to be mine, all mine. Lord, he mistreated me and he drove me from his door. Ah. Yes, he mistreated me and he drove me from his door. Ah, but the good book says you got to reap just what you sow. Lord, I walked the floor, say I wrung my hands and I cried. Oh, I was helpless. Yes, I walked the floor. Lord, I wrung my hands and cried. I didn't have no blues, but I just wasn't satisfied. Lord, I ain't never loved 3 men in my life. Oh, I say I ain't never loved but 3 men in my life. 'Twas my father, my brother, and the man that wrecked my life. Lord, I got the world in a jug and a stopper right here in my hand. I've got the world in a jug and a stopper right here in my hand. And if you want me, pretty papa, you've got to come under my command.
That's it. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to my blathering and the music. And you're welcome. And are we going to bring Brianna to sing now, or you want to talk about? Yeah. All right. All right. Brianna Thomas, folks. Brianna Thomas.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Are you guys having a good time? How about it? Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, I was back there listening, and I'm like, just everybody you played, I'm like, dang, who is that? Just soul church. The root is right here, right now. Amen? Amen. This music that we listen to now today, the church, R&B, everything, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those who came before us. Well, let's do Lovie Austin. Now that you've learned about Lovie Austin, I'm going to tell you my very brief encounter with Lovie Austin. I did a show at Jazz at Lincoln Center called Ladies Sing the Blues with Miss Catherine Russell and Miss Charnay Wade. And we had to find repertoire. We were given some months to find this repertoire. And everywhere I looked, I'm looking at Ida Cox, I'm looking at Alberta Hunter, and I keep seeing this name, Lovie Austin. That's how I know Lovie Austin. And now I know so much more. So, oh, thank you so much. My gosh, we've That was, we cut up when we get together. But how can you not cut up with this music? I mean, Lord, like, wait till you hear some of these lyrics. One, two, 1, 2, 3. But I can't go wrong, 'cause when I got 'em, I just roll along. Listen, everybody, while I sing this song. I'm singing about the dance that gives folks romance. It's called the Heebie Jeebies, and boy, I like to dance. Oh, I'm talking about the heebie-jeebies. I'm talking about that heebie-jeebie dance. Oh, yes, I'm talking about that heebie-jeebie dance. Oh, I've got the heebie-jeebies. I've got the heebie-jeebies. I've got the heebie-jeebies. I've got the heebie-jeebies. I've got the heebie-jeebie dance. I'm talking about the kind of romance that's called the heebie-jeebie dance. That's called the heebie-jeebie dance. Talking about the Heebie-Jeebie Blues. Talking about I got the Heebie-Jeebies. Talking about the Heebie-Jeebie Blues. I've got the kind of romance. It's called the Heebie-Jeebie dance. It's called the Heebie-Jeebie dance. It's called the Heebie-Jeebie. It's called the Heebie-Jeebie. Called the Heebie. You guys, how many of you guys have ever been in love with somebody before and you thought to yourself, you should have just left me where I was? Why did you even bother? They've been talking about this a long time. Let's just let the church say amen. Amen. She said, this is the name of this song, okay? The last song was called the Heebie Jeebies, if you didn't know. And also a dance. Many of these songs, obviously, you know, they're cutting the rug along with it. This one is called Why Did You Pick Me Up When I Was Down? There's more. Why didn't you let me lay? Not stay. I was like, dang. I was like, what he do? Why ain't you let me lay? Okay, here we go. Why didn't you let me lay? You knew that I was young and easy to fool, and thought your love for me would stay. My poor heart is breaking. You knew my love you were taking. You knew you fooled me, tried to amuse me. Why did you treat me that way? Why did you pick me up when I was down? Then you left me all alone. For each wrong you pay the only man that I adore. So listen while I say, you made me love you better than I love myself. And now you've gone and loved somebody else. Why'd you pick me up when I was down? Why didn't you let me lay? Why did you pick me up? Oh, when I was down. Why didn't you let me lay? You knew that I was young and easy to fool, and thought your love for me would stay. My poor heart is almost breaking, and all my love and you were taking. You knew you fooled me, tried to amuse me. Why didn't you let me stay? You took me out into the world, then left me all alone. And for each wrong you paid, you're the only man that I adore. So listen when I say, you made me love you better than I love myself. Then now you've gone and got somebody else. Why did you pick me up when I was down? Why didn't you let me stay? Say amen. You took me out into the world and left me all alone. And for each wrong you pay, you're the only man that I adore. So listen when I was down. Why didn't you let me lay? Why didn't you let me lay one more time? Oh, why didn't you let me? Why didn't you let me? Why didn't you let me? Why didn't you let me lay? Thank you. Ooh is right. Say ooh. May 2025 be the year that anybody who intends to be in our way or that intends to impede romantically or otherwise, just go on, let me lay, baby. Go on. Jesus will be here soon. Go on, let me lay. So we're going to do a song now. I said you have to listen for these lyrics. This song is called Ski Da Dee. Anybody want to take a guess about what Ski Da Dee is? I think I'm going to have me some Ski Da Dee this morning. I might get some Ski Da Dee after dinner. Maybe I'll go for a walk and then have some Ski Da Dee. It's good any time of day or night. And when it's good, it's right. I'm not going to say no more. Because they had all kinds of sayings. And, you know, I mean, the kids, I remember coming home from middle school, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, that's bogus. And she was like, you mean like bogus, like a check? And I said, you saying that all wrong. We say bogus. And listening to these words, these slang words that they used back in the day that are so mixed in with the music, it's just so funny. So buckle up for Ski Da Dee. Ski Da Dee is not bogus. One, two, three, four. Some folks go crazy about that Ski Da Dee. Some folks go crazy about that Ski Da Dee. I believe to my soul it casts a spell on me. You know what I mean? If your mind is reckless, don't sing no lonesome song. You know what you gotta do. If your man is reckless, don't sing no lonesome song. Put that Ski Da Dee on him, honey. Put it on him good and strong. Oh, I got apples in my orchard. the ski daddy ski da da pretty boo beat do baby like mine. And topics. Wah, 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 way. Sure, I didn't need it. Hey, well, oh, do 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 dee be dee. If your man is reckless, don't you be singing no sorrow song. If your man is reckless, don't sing no lonesome song. You put that ski daddy on him and put it on him, put it on him, put it on him good and strong. and it's my prerogative. You know, don't nobody like you. There's another song from this era. I know, I'm sure you know this. Women be wise. Keep your mouth shut. Don't advertise your man. That's why he mad, because he don't want you advertising that ski-da-dee. So men folk, don't be too mad. Don't be mad, daddy. We are having so much fun. We have one more song for you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming out into this moment, into this beautiful space with your beautiful energy. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And this is Mr. Conan Pappas on piano. Mr. Ryan Berg on bass. Pelote. Oh, my Lord. Mr. Vincent, please give a round for Mr. Vincent Pelote. Yes, and all the ski-da-dee he brought to us today. And how about it for Miss Lovie Austin? Because there are so many, yes. Yes. Some say, they say of people who have come before you, they walked so you could run, but I would like to say that they ran at their time. You know, we all out here running, trying to do what we can, and they were doing what they could, hustling, being the personalities, being the people with the mouth, being the people having to walk in the back door, being the people who had to entertain, and they did it with class and dignity so that we could be here now. How about it for Lovie? This song that we are going to do for you now is called The Charleston Mad. And it is about the Charleston dance and how it's the rage of any nation. So without further ado, this is Charleston Mad. Dancing is the rage of our nation. Any kind creates a sensation, gives you the kind of syncopation. It gives you thrills through and through. I like the Charleston because it's teasing. Ooh, each step, man, it's pleasing. And when I die, it'd be so nice to dance my way through paradise. This world is dancing mad. Bed, bottom put it, she put a boo 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 beat on, feet down, Dancing is the rage of a nation. Any kind creates a sensation. Oh, it gives you the kind of syncopation that gives you thrills through and through. I love the Charleston because it's teasing, ooh, and each step, man, oh man, it's pleasing. And when I die, it'd be so nice to dance my way through paradise. Oh, let the whole world, oh, let the whole world, let the whole world, hey, hey, let the whole world, let the whole world, let the whole world, let the whole world, let the whole, let it, just let it dance. Let it clap, clap your hands, just be a joyous sound and dance, oh yes, and dance, ooh, dance. I'm gonna let the whole world, oh, when I die, it'd be so nice to dance my way through paradise. When I die, it'd be so nice to dance my way through paradise. So when I die, it'd be so nice to dance my way through paradise and let the whole world dance with me. Thank you. We have one more if you like. It wasn't planned, but I'm having such a good time. And it seems that you are too. And I said to the fellas, this hasn't been on the list. We know it. And you know it too. How many of y'all like to cook? How many of y'all clean when y'all cook? While you cooking? Or after you cooking? How many of y'all like to keep y'all stove in good condition? Okay, so Mr. Vincent, if I may ask your permission, this is not on the Lovie Austin list, okay? She probably did sing this song, though, because when I found Lovie Austin and I was researching music, this was one of the pieces I found, and Miss Ida Cox sang it. So this is I Keep My Stove, say it with me, in good condition.
And F. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If you feel like waving your hands in the air and cutting the rug on now, because you know, put that skeet ID where it goes. I got a range in my kitchen, bakes my biscuits brown. Wave them hands in the air. Yes, that's right, that's right. I got a range in my kitchen, and it bakes my biscuits brown. And all I need is for some fine man to come on here and turn my damper down, 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 down. 'Cause my stove is automatic. It never needs no wood or coal. If you feel me, say yes. My stove is automatic and it never All I need is for some fine, fine papa to strike his match and stick it in the hole. Ski-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I don't want none of your charcoal if it cannot burn my biscuits brown. I said I don't want none yo charcoal if it can't burn my biscuits brown, crispy. All I need is for you to know what you're doing, or get out my face, find a window or a door, and get on out of town. My pot is boiling low. My pot is boiling low. And if you don't know what you're doing, there's the door, you know where you can go. Because I keep my stove in good condition, and I keep it all cleaned out. Keep my stove in good condition, and I keep it cleaned out. Raise your hands in the air if you know what I'm talking about. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. I keep my stove. I keep my stove, yes, I keep. Ain't no plug, ain't no charcoal, ain't no electricity, but you know what it is. Say it's hot. Say it's hot, all the time hot, every day hot. Know what it's doing hot, ski-da-dee hot. I keep my stove in good condition. Oh, yes, I know I keep it all cleaned out. I keep it, oh, I keep it all cleaned out. Say ski-da-dee if you know what I'm talking about. Ski-da-dee. 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 Amazing, you guys. Mwah, ski-da-dee. God bless you guys, and thank you. And thank you, Mr. Vincent Pelote. Come up here and come. You were amazing. Thank you. Mr. Vincent, thank you. Come up, fellas. Yeah, and give yourselves a round of applause too, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. God bless.
All right, thank you all for coming out tonight. If you did have a good time, this trio, I believe the same trio, will be back next week on Thursday. Velma Middleton is going to be our topic of conversation, along with Ricky Riccardi, a well-known Louis Armstrong biographer. Ricky will be here. We'll get 3/6 of the Brianna Thomas Band back. So thank you so much for coming out. Get home safe. Thank you all for coming.